What's going on, guys? In today's video, we have a feud between Greg Doucette and Eddie Hall talking about Turkesterone. Who cares about this drug? Greg Doucette does.
They don't like Coach Greg.
And he dropped this masterpiece talking this thing up to heaven. My brain is smoother than last time. Eddie replaced Mike placed. LOL. Bro, the Pope didn't die for this. And obviously, there was a lot of emotions with this video. That's why I want you guys to relax and let's go through it. I want to break down the Turkesterone thing, put my 2 cents on the subjects, and I don't know what else. Vibe, maybe.
I mean, a DEXA scan, it's perhaps better than an in-body exam. In-body exam, which was used to try to say that Turk Builder didn't work. This guy, Jose, he doesn't like Coach Greg. I've got the receipts, the emails. Wanted me to donate $200,000 to a charity.
Bro, Greg talks so fast, I can't even find a time to stop and actually comment on this. Guys, this video right now is talking about a previous study that somebody did about Turkesterone that Greg Doucette didn't like. Now, was the study flawed? Yes, it was. Not every study is perfect, and Mike Isertel is actually someone that said this. A study doesn't say everything. Multiple studies put together say a lot.
And so because I didn't do that, he takes one of these pills, does a test for a month, doesn't have any of the athletes work out. They don't have to train. And there's only 25 total athletes in the study. And guess what? They use an in-body and say there's no statistically significant difference.
So apparently they used an in-body exam to test the people that were doing the Turkesterone study. Greg doesn't like that. I don't think I've ever heard Greg Doucette actually said a body fat scan was good. I think maybe it was the pinching one that he actually thinks is valid. I guess the in-body exam isn't valid. You know, it has some measures of errors here and there, but that's with anything. And if you're pushing a supplement like Turkesterone to the public, a supplement that is very new, has very limited testing, and have been seen to show a lot of inconsistencies in vendors that are actually sharing this with the public, it doesn't hurt to have people coming out here and studying these things. Greg shouldn't be attacking the people who are going out of their way to study Turkesterone. Maybe you don't like the results that they were given. Yeah, I know that hurts you financially, but instead of attacking these people, say, hey, maybe do a better study, because at the end of the day, you, Greg, you want to help people. That is your job, right? You're a coach. So if somebody find a flaw with Turkesterone, you should be open-minded. I want these sort of situations with Greg Doucette, I want him to handle them a little better than what he's doing right now. He's just fucking going in on the guy, bro. Relax.
Talking about the inaccuracies of that coach. Admitted to making what he calls a minor error.
So he found us an article that says the person that did the study proving his Turkesterone wrong has an error in there. As if Greg Doucette himself hasn't made errors before. I just don't like the fact that this guy is going to all the extremes to prove people wrong about this freaking product that we don't know shit about, bro. Like, I'm chill for this video because I don't know anything about Turkesterone. You don't know anything about Turkesterone, Greg. There hasn't been any long-term study about this on a person. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? We haven't studied an individual taking Turkesterone for over maybe say 20 years compared to studies that we have where people are taking creatine and things of that nature. I think the goal should be have more people research this shit instead of just blaspheme and hate on people who are researching this thing. Greg, again, relax, my boy.
Oh, I say Turkesterone is way stronger than creatine, but I doubt it's going to add on 16 extra pounds of muscle in only 90 days. Why is he editing out the box?
See, I love Greg Doucette, but he should not be doing this. Don't ever compare creatine to Turkesterone.
Turkesterone is way stronger than creatine.
Now, here is the difference between creatine and Turkesterone, all right? Creatine is there to promote power and strength. It puts a lot more liquid. You have a lot more liquid in your muscles stored, and that's going to obviously help you lift more weights. You know, there have been studies coming out that maybe you're not putting on, you know, actual muscle mass, but everything is in the air. That's a lot of things with these supplements. You don't really know for sure. We don't really know for sure. We can rely on one study. We can rely on another study. Turkesterone is an untested product, really. Most of the testing has been done on rodents and rats. Turkesterone is probably going to cost you about $40 to $70, maybe even more if you're buying from Greg Doucette. Doucette. Compared to creatine, guys, you're getting that for $10. All right, and I'm someone that don't even use supplements, and still, man, I'm bigger than your dumb ass. Man, this dumb fuck is talking about the fact that a supplement that is like 5 times cheaper, right, is not as good as the one that he's promoting and has way less research that could literally cause cancer in the future. You don't even know about these things, Greg. We don't know, you don't know. So stop acting so overconfident. I know you want to be a salesman, bro. Let's just go on Reddit and see what people are saying. Save your money, not worth. Even if it does work, you can't trust any of these supplement companies to actually put the dose that it says on the label. Greg would tell you in one video that, hey, take a certain amount, but then he would come and say, hey, people who are taking that are losing sleep, they can't go to sleep, so maybe lower it a little bit. All of these things are experimental. I'm not saying turkesterone don't work, bro. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Greg himself also don't know. So the way he's coming out on these people that are questioning it, especially guys like Eddie Hall and the guys that are doing the study, it kind of seems very salesman, Greg. And I know you want to sell this shit, bro. You got to be more open-minded to the things that are coming up. Maybe the company that is selling it to you, they're not telling you everything. You don't know. If something is natural, it shouldn't be based in one place. Uzbekistan, bro. Guys, think about this. Think about this. If something is as natural as Greg says, right? If turkesterone is that natural, there's no way other people won't be able to get the actual formula. There's no way something is that natural, but that exclusive. Maybe my logic might be wrong. Maybe Uzbekistan got like the fucking sexiest soil or whatever. They have like the secret formula. Any chemist could look at turkesterone and I would assume they can make it if it was natural. If these guys don't have some nuclear power plant under the soil of Uzbekistan making this shit for Greg. I don't know. You gotta be Mr. Krabs with that formula, bro. Because we don't know.
It is not snake oil. The other companies, for example, Gorilla Mind, they have been proven to sell snake oil. And you don't have to trust my word. Third-party tested. Not once, not twice.
Okay, third-party tested. Has Greg ever said the third party?
They don't like Coach Greg.
Greg, we love you. All right. My favorite YouTuber is Greg Doucette. My inspiration to do YouTube is it's DJ Ghost and then Greg Doucette.
You can't disprove facts. Fact is, this is Ajuga turkestanica from Uzbekistan and not the copycat plant from China.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess it's a plant. Why the hell is this plant? If this plant is exclusive to Uzbekistan, I'm sure this country would be the richest country in the world. Then, if they're the only one that can possess this one plant that creates the magic sauce for muscle building that Greg Doucette talks about every video. Every video from Greg nowadays seems like an ad. And dude, I don't think I will ever reach that level of YouTube fame where my videos are ads. But I think at some point you gotta realize that there are these people that watch you, it's not just numbers, dog. They're actual people. I'm one of those people. And they're watching you, Greg. Come on, dog. I want a video. That's why people love Greg's podcast, because he is him. He doesn't have the crazy voice. I don't even mind the voice, but he's not selling things to them every time. It's every video, this dude is selling something. Do it for the love of it. You can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm the problem.
Yeah, charged with possessing, importing, trafficking, and distributing steroids.
And so what does formerly selling steroids 10, 15 years ago have anything to do with selling turkesterone right now?
You are someone that preached natty or not, yet you promote the closest thing to steroids. How do people get to doing crazier drugs? They start with weed, they move forward. Everything is a gateway to something else, right? If you're trying to get people dependent on supplements to see results, they're inevitably going to use your product and then see that as a gateway to go to another. I bet you guys, of the people that have bought Greg's supplements, they will use that supplement, even if it works. Say it works. They're going to see that as a way to now get a bit, maybe even a stronger supplement. Maybe something like Anavar, some steroid to take, and boom. That is how you get people to actually take steroids, by selling them all these no-name supplements. If somebody in their right mind is willing to take an untested fucking supplement like turkesterone, what are the chances of that person actually going out there and trying SARM or trying a lesser steroid and then moving upward into the thing? That's the problem with this whole natty and influencer space. It's so fake, bro. All you guys want to do is sell people things, take money from their freaking pockets. coaches, bro. You're not actually out there trying to help us. If you want to help a person, a supplement, a cookbook isn't the first thing you sell them or you give them. Give them actual advice. Look at their lives. Give them things to change. A lot of issues with people nowadays is internal. It's not a supplement that's going to solve your problem. It's not a magical cookbook that's going to make you not fat. You got to look from within. And these are the coaches that are supposed to be helping you do that. Not these dumbasses these are salesmen. These aren't coaches no more, man. And it's absolutely disrespectful to a thing that I love, which is bodybuilding. I do this every day. No money. I don't even care. We love the gym, and that's what you want to get people to do. Love the gym. Rely on your natural actual ability in the gym to build muscle. All right, you can't over rely on supplement. That's why, man, I'm a raw builder. All right, I eat some food. I go to the gym, workout. I eat real actual food. Okay, I learned to make real actual food that I like, and once I'm done with that, I sleep. If I see a problem with me not gaining more muscle, me doing this, me doing that, I look at my lifestyle and see things that I could change. I don't go and look for a supplement or a pill to fix that. That is what all of this leads into. And that's why I think this video needed to be made.
We've proven with the receipts that this is real. And so if you, for example, cheated on an exam in grade 7, does that mean that you don't know anything about nutrition now that you're 40?
No, Greg, we're not gonna say that because you did that, it means you can't sell a supplement. All right, I'm just saying my own personal opinion on this. It will play a factor. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but it doesn't mean that people can't use that to argue what, they think about your product. And another issue with this whole thing, guys, is what are the actual downsides of turkesterone? Now, when we look at turkesterone as a thing, its entire goal, from what I've researched, is to help you recover better so you can go out there, and just work out. Your working out process is going to be easier. You're going to be doing more sets. You're going to be going to the gym more. You're not going to feel a lot of those soreness. Your muscles are just going to repair faster. That's a huge boost of turkesterone. But there are a lot of side effects, right? You have stomach issues that come from using this turkesterone drug. You have the uncertainty of long-term health issues that can come with using this drug. So there's a lot of gray areas here. There's a lot more research that needs to be done on this. And to have a huge fitness influencer that sits there and actively hate on people that are just doing research. Yes, you can call somebody, hey, there was a research done on turkesterone, but yeah, he missed this part. And I do encourage more and more people to go out there and research this. But now when you watch a Greg video, it's like, anybody, if you're a Greg fan, anybody that speaks against turkesterone, that person is the villain. We all have to learn about this shit that this guy is selling. I wouldn't encourage anyone to actually go out there and buy it. I think it needs at least 10 years under the sun before. I don't want this guy to capitalize off of y'all right now and y'all go and sit there and regret it, maybe have health issues in the future. Thank you, boys, for watching. If you learned something, hey, leave a like. Bye.